everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot, and today we're going to be talking about the Durham report. Now, for those interested, today I'm going to be using the Radiant Tarot deck. I do not have a cover, a box for it, unfortunately, because this is one of my oldest deck, but it's called the Radiant Tarot. It's pretty cool, it's pretty bright, but mine is a little dated and I love it the way it is. So yeah, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard my already, if not, just gonna let you know that my YouTube has been I'm on strike. I got a strike from YouTube, so I'm locked out of my account for the next 2 weeks. So I've been trying to post everything on my other social platforms just to keep you guys updated. So I just wanted to keep you guys in touch. I did not fall off the wagon. It's just that YouTube is not being kind right now, and I have to adjust. So I appreciate you guys on my Rumble. I appreciate you guys on my BitChute and now Gab channel. I'm also so very grateful for you guys and for your understanding and your patience as we're going through this other purge, it looks like. And so yeah, Durham report came out a few days ago and basically stating that the FBI has dropped the ball, right? And we have been waiting for that report. I don't know how long, what, 6 years, 7 years? I don't know, it feels like a long time. And it basically said what we already knew, people who have done the research, who have been paying attention, who has been aware. We knew that, there has been a group of people who have gone above and beyond, to stop Trump from getting in power a second time. So now that we know that the Durham report is gone, he has basically stated that the FBI was wrong and all that. So what is that report? What does this report mean? Or how is this report going to be used? Because he didn't provide any information, any recommendation at all. It's just like, did the report and left the scene. So I guess we can ask, what does that report mean? Or I think the better question is how this report is going to be used. I mean, we know what it means. It means that it exposed the bad guy, but how is this report going to be utilized? Well, I think that's probably what we all want to hear. I want to know, what is this report? How is this report going to be utilized? The Durham report. Pentacle, Knight of Pentacles. Second card is Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Swords in the past. Page of Pentacles. Nine of Cups as potential outcome. Eight of Cups, clarification. And Strength card. So there's only two major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card, and everything else is minor arcana. We asked the question, how is that card going to be utilized? So it's basically, so Pentacle, Knight of Pentacle is a movement card. So the Knight of Pentacles is usually a very slow moving card. As we can see, yes, we know Durham has been taking his sweet time, moving along, traveling along, getting the information. And what's great about the the Pentacles is that, yes, they're slow moving cards. However, they do reach their destination, and we're happy to see that Durham finally reached his destination, his conclusion. And so again, Pentacles deals with anything that is real, anything that is tangible. And what that information has done so far is awaken a small percent of the population. And I'm guessing that population is probably the people who have been against Mr. Trump, people who have been really vocal about uh 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 you know, Trump lost, move on, you know, what you're talking about, kind of thing. So a lot of people are starting to pay attention here. And this is going to really change the game with that Wheel of Fortune. So you can see here in the past with that Nine of Swords, the people who have corroborated, who have worked above and beyond, like people in the media, certain people in the uh, 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 even truther communities, right, who have sided with the bad guys, like, you know, like, no, Trump lost fair and square, Biden won, move on, all that all that jazz. They're starting to get worried, they're starting to get nervous here with that Knight of Sword. And they have been nervous for a while now, because I guess I don't think they expected Durham to drop the report right now, not long before the election campaign started. So a lot of people now with that Page of Pentacle are paying attention. So Page is a message, it's a messenger, and it's a small pivot. It's a new beginning, but in a very small, subtle way. So, but people are paying attention to the Durham report, to what it has to say. So people are really studying, because now people are not happy. A lot of people are concerned about finances. They're concerned about their assets. They're concerned about what's going on with the banks, with inflation. So now you're giving people reason to doubt, to wonder. It's like, you're trying to tell me that the FBI had a hand in what's in the situation that I am right now. So people are paying attention, and because of that, things are about to shift completely. Every time you see a Wheel of Fortune, it's like somebody's fortune is going to change, either for the bad, either for the good. But in this particular situation, it looks like the fact that the Durham report comes out is going to give, the outcome is having your wish come true. A lot of people are going to be vindicated, Trump mainly, and a lot of truthers who's been putting the information out there, the truth out there. They're going to be vindicated, because no, they were not conspiracy theorists. They've been telling the truth all this time. Just people didn't want to hear. People didn't want to accept the truth because the brainwashing was just so strong, right? And once, so as a result of that, once people see the information, they start studying the truth. A lot of people are going to be disappointed. There are a lot of people, like almost 80% of the people who were with Biden or whatever, they're going to be disappointed and not happy with what's been going on with the Democrat Party, with the woke, whatever agenda stuff. A lot of people are going to just leave it behind. So there's not going to be a lot left. So in the meanwhile, it's just saying that to hang on, right? As this shift is happening, as this is going on, as people are waking up, this new wave of people, we just have to be patient with them and allow them the space, to digest this information. But it's great news for people who have known the truth, because now, no, you're not a conspiracy theorist. You have been a truther. You have put in that. You have been real, and you're getting the information is coming out, and it's a good feeling. It's a win, right? So, okay, that's great news. Now, there's besides that, there was this article that came out from Wayne. I forgot his full name, but I know there's a Wayne in there. He's the author of this article, who says that a lot of people miss a revelation that the big guy was not Biden. It was actually Obama. So that when people who are familiar with the laptop, who has been familiar with what's been happening over there were a lot of mention of the big guy, like 10% for the big guy. That phrase been coming out a lot. So a lot of people assume that the big guy was Biden, Joe Biden, because remember that's Hunter's laptop. So he was referring to the big guy a lot. So Wayne, his theory is that it was not Joe Biden, the big guy. The big guy was actually Obama. Kind of sort of makes sense if you really think about it, because he was the president at that time, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. The Durham report. So this article. So this guy, this journalist Wayne, he thinks, his theory is that the big guy was Obama, based on what he read on the Durham report. That's his assumption. And it's not out of bounds to think that way. So let's entertain and see what the cards want to say. Is the big guy Obama? Right. And I'll also leave a link in the description if you want to read the article. I started reading part of it. I didn't finish, but it's very fascinating how he's coming with his theory. So is Obama... Was Obama the big guy? Because that's a new development. So yeah, was Obama the big guy and not Biden and the Hunter laptop? Was Obama the big guy? So the first card is Knight of Wands. Second card is Magician situation. Hangman. Recent past. King of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. And Justice card. So we asked, is Obama the big guy? So I think this is something that it looks like it looks like the military wanted to put it out that way, but it's not the whole truth. With that Magician card, so Magician is communication, but being a little using trickery as well. So it could be a beautiful card, like communicating and having the ability to manifest, to voice to existence your dream and hopes and all that good stuff. But here it means that there's some trickery involved. So I think the military did that on purpose, the alliance or whatever, because I'm seeing the Mr. T here in the middle. It's as if the military came out with that information through that gentleman. Maybe they put it suggest to him to put that information, or they have probably use a source or informant, whatever, but they wanted that information out there. But it's not completely truthful though, because with the trickery card, there's some manipulation involved. And with that Hangman in the past, major arcana too, that tells me that there's more to the story that we're not understanding and that we're not seeing it in the right angle, right? With that Hangman, because being seeing things from a different perspective, and through seeing things in that different perspective, you're able to see the light, to understand. So that tells me that there's more to the story that we're not seeing. But with that King of Wands, it looks like the Mr. T camp had a lot to do with that the way that information came out. And I think they did it so that they could get people's attention. I think they want people to understand that the mastermind here was not Joe, and that, you know, Obama had a lot to do with it. And if you guys saw that clip from Obama that says never underestimate Joe's ability to F things up, kind of tells you that Joe was not a mastermind in a lot of things. So I think they did that on purpose because they want people to pay attention to uh, who's the bad guy, right? And they want people to come to this that nudge. They want people to come to that realization themselves, because this is the Nine of Pentacle, independence card, being sovereign. So they wanted to give people a nudge so they could come to that realization themselves, right? And the clarification is that, you know, a lot of more information is going to come out. It's going to come to bear fruit. A lot of information. Just be patient, and then before you know it, justice is going to come. Either whistleblower, either impeachment, either subpoenas, either lawsuits. All of these are going to come out, and it's going to reveal more information about either the Durham or either about, you know, what's really been happening. So I think that was a nudge to get people talking, to get their creative juices flowing, right? For people to think that, you know, Biden is a puppet. He always has been a puppet in some way, shape, or form. And they wanted that news, that information to come out so that people can come to the realization that, you know, I mean, it's no excuse that Biden's action, but it's to show that there's a hierarchy, right, to those bad guys. So anywho, that's interesting. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this video. I appreciate you, and do feel free to share, like, subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. And thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.